Hey there, we are the Students Against Violation of the Earth, otherwise known as NUS SAVE. We are the main environmental student organization in NUS, and the following are just some of the things that we do. As students, we are supported by the school and other external stakeholders such as City Developments Limited to start our own initiatives and advocate for causes that our members believe in. These will in turn influence how the school operates. An example will be encouraging vendors to charge 20 cents for any takeaway plastic bag or container and giving a 20-cent discount to those who bring their own reusable container for takeaways. NUS SAVE is led by the Presidential Cell, which overlooks all student-led activities. The Presidential Cell helps in organizing events such as this beach cleanup, where in 2 hours, we managed to remove 106 kilograms of trash at Pasir Ris Beach. We were also lucky to be part of the MPark's 1 Million Trees project, where students were invited to plant their own trees at West Coast Community Centre. We plan on organizing this activity again for new members like yourself to experience firsthand. Even though COVID-19 has had many restrictions, that has not stopped us from organizing webinars for our members to hear from industry leaders in their charge to make Singapore a more conducive society for green and sustainable practices in the fashion, food, wildlife, and business industries. These are just some of the forecasted events we will have planned, with many more to come. We would also love to hear what activities you would like to participate in so that we can plan them for you. NUS SAVE has 4 project cells for student-led activities, and they are Green Canteens, Green Wardrobes, Green Audit, and Biodiversity. As the presentation goes along, we will introduce you to the many student-led initiatives within each cell. I will now hand my time over to Gloria, who will share more about her initiatives in Green Canteens.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining our NUS SAFE talk so far. I am Gloria and I'm the Green Canteen Cell Director for the upcoming academic year 2021 and 2022. So our general direction for Green Canteens is to increase sustainability efforts across the canteens in NUS. So just a quick introduction to some of the projects that we had before. First, we have the plastic bag tax, where NUS students and staff would have to pay 10 cents every time they use a plastic bag in NUS canteens. And we're actually trying to push forward the movement of getting people to bring their own containers whenever they take away their food. So we had project Bring Your Own Box and Tumbler, where you can collect stamps, and after you've accumulated a certain number of stamps, you can get a discount for your next meal or for your next drink. So for the upcoming academic year, these are our key areas of focus. So we still are looking at encouraging people to bring their own containers for takeaway. This especially with the COVID situation and a lot more people are taking away their food, right? And next we have the plant-based diets project, where we are looking to encourage people to maybe not turn vegetarian or vegan, but certainly we hope to encourage people to eat less meat to reduce the impact it has on the environment. And last but not least, we are looking at reducing the amount of food waste that we see in Singapore, so in NUS, and we are looking at how we can actually ensure proper disposal of this food waste so that they can be used effectively. Right. So some of our new projects. First, we have Project BYO. So Project BYO is simply about increasing the cost of the disposable takeaway containers and cups. Like you see in maybe hawker centers and kopitiams, right? They actually have that additional 20-cent charge. Some of the NUS canteens do have these, but we are looking at further increasing the cost to push people further to bring their own containers. So this would include a lot of liaising and communicating with various environmental groups across NUS. And this is because we want to actually gather all the support so that we can really show that we are all for this, and we can actually start moving in a firmer direction towards people actually bringing their own reusable containers. And another thing that we want to start, which is this social media BYO challenge, just to further encourage people in reducing the use of disposables is getting people to share their journey when they BYO. So just simply taking a picture when they bring their own container and tagging their friends to encourage them to also do the same. They will actually get to enter a lucky draw to get vouchers to, shop at stalls that sell sustainable products. And of course, we are looking at generating posts about increasing awareness on the cost of using disposables, the benefits of bringing our own containers, and also the waste disposal in general in Singapore. Right. So we're looking at pushing these forward on NUS Safe's Instagram page, and we are also looking for further to developing a TikTok page, which has not been started yet. And if you are very interested in doing these sorts of things, you can get on board with us and you can do this. All right, so another thing that we want to look at to reduce plastic waste is bringing Barepack, or rather raising the awareness of this Barepack company to NUS eateries. So this Barepack company actually provides the collapsible containers and provides cups for restaurants and cafes to use so that their customers can use this as their reusable containers if they are not so willing to bring their own. All they have to do is just return these containers back to the same place or at various locations to return these containers. And all the vendors will have to do is just to wash these containers with no other extra charge, right? And on the area of food waste, there's also Just Tapao. So Just Tapao actually reaches out to various again cafes and restaurants that will be willing to sell their food that is nearing the expiration date, or what we call ugly food, right? So instead of just throwing away all these food, they will actually sell these foods at a much lower price to encourage people to buy it and actually consume it. And it will still be safe for consumption. Now, looking at plant-based options in NUS canteens, I think a lot of people struggle in maybe not turning vegetarian, but reducing their meat intake and increasing their vegetable intake and other things, right? So we actually want to promote healthy plant-based options in NUS canteens. So this includes a lot of liaising with the vendors of NUS canteens to see if they're willing to take up different menu changes, to see if they would be willing to diversify their options so that it's more friendly for people who are looking to change to more plant-based diets. And we really want to raise awareness about the impact that animal agriculture has on the environment, and how eating a lot of animal products affects your health as well, in addition to affecting the environment. And as you can see from the statistics, that a lot of our land is actually used for animal agriculture, and a lot of greenhouse gases is emitted because of it. And in fact, like even the Amazon rainforest is cleared just so that animal agriculture can take place. So this will tie in with the previous social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok that we mentioned before. And last but not least, we have the food waste disposal in NUS. So interestingly enough, across the NUS canteens, by right, the food waste is supposed to be segregated from the normal waste, and all these food waste will actually be sent to this co-digestion facility. And in this co-digestion facility, the food waste is actually broken down by bacteria so that the gases produced will actually help to convert it to energy. And we are hoping that this food waste segregation is clearer in all the NUS canteens so that they can be sent appropriately to these facilities. So that's another thing that we'll be looking at. And if you're interested in all of these, please do sign up for NUS Safe Green Canteens cell, and we look forward to having you. All right, I'll now pass the time over to NUS Safe Green Audit. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Gloria, for sharing about green canteens. So hi, everyone. Welcome to Green Audit. My name is Steffi, and I'm the Cell Director of GA. So what exactly is GA? Initially, we started out with the purpose to carry out audits for NUS events. So to advise on aspects like waste management and for right and flag considerations like material procurement. And then also along with the general safe agenda to promote campus sustainability, we also worked with canteen vendors to encourage them to switch to RSPO certified palm oil, which indicates a certain level of environmental as well as socially responsible practices that have been met. But because of the COVID, these keystone projects have been put on hold. But essentially, we in GA, we try to work on the more financial as well as the businessy side of things. And even with COVID, there are still many things that we can do. So like last year, we ran an info series on Instagram, sharing money saving as well as eco-friendly tips that viewers can practice, mainly to nudge them to realize the personal financial benefits of going green. And in this coming year, we have 3 projects lined up. So first is the NUS SAS Fund, which is a grant for student-led environmental initiatives. And so GA coordinates with the NUS management as well as is a point of contact for the student projects. So we facilitate the grant process. And next we have Project Recycle, where we work with local businesses Two Oak as well as Tea Paper Recycling to collect contact lens packaging for recycling, which is quite a commonly used item among students. And lastly, in the works is a series of green finance webinars or trainings that I hope GA can organize to share more about the sustainable finance space. So this is still a work in progress and nothing has really been set out in stone. So I hope that together with you, if you join us on board, then we can all plan this out together. But yeah, these are mainly the 3 projects that we'll be working on. And don't worry, they won't all be occurring at the same time. So your workload isn't that much. And we're mindful that the projects we take on are also sustainable for our team members. But generally, we're a pretty chill bunch and we are super open to any ideas that you might have. So we hope that you can join us and thank you for listening and for your time. Now I'll pass on the time to Green Wardrobes.
Thank you, Steffi.
Hello, we're from the Green Wardrobe Cell. My name is Rabab, and this is my co-director, Yifei. Before we continue, let me ask you a question. What do you do with your old clothes? Throw them away? Give them to your little sister or brother? By joining our cell, you can say goodbye to your wasteful habits and discover how to make the best of your old clothes and become entrepreneurs of sustainable fashion. For the Green Wardrobes, we have several projects going on now. The textile recycling bins, reusable bag library, the Green Bazaar, and our Instagram series. For the textile recycling bins, regular collection from the bins occur every 2 weeks in collaboration with Green Square, a textile recycling company. For the reusable bag library, the reusable bag library provides easy accessible alternatives to plastic bags at the point of purchase, such as Cheers. The Green Bazaar is a platform for people to exchange clothes and other pre-loved items. Due to COVID-19, we may consider moving it to an online format. For the Instagram series, Instagram posts on the effects that the fashion materials have on the environment, presented in the forms of infographics and 3 interviews with sustainable fashion companies posted on the NUS Save Instagram page. You can be a part of our projects and many other activities and events in the future. So don't hesitate and join our cell today.
I'll now hand over my time to Deborah, who will share more about the biodiversity initiatives.
Thank you, Green Wardrobes. Hey everyone, I'm Deborah, the director of the Biodiversity Cell. So our cell focuses on promoting Singapore's flora and fauna to the NUS student body and members of the public. And as we raise awareness of the biodiversity in Singapore, we also gain knowledge on species that we weren't familiar with previously and learn new things along the way. So it is actually a pretty enlightening and enriching learning process together. And you definitely don't have to be super knowledgeable about biodiversity to join our cell. All you need is an interest in learning about it. So as you can see in this slide, we have had many initiatives, such as our Species of the Month, which is sent to students via email every month. We also organize nature walks. And last year, we had a booth at the Wild and Us exhibition, which some of you might have attended. So that was actually a good opportunity for us to reach out to more members of the public. We also had a nature photography competition within NUS for those interested in photography. So this year, we are planning to organize some mangrove and intertidal cleanups, which will also expose members of SAFE to those habitat types. So just to share more on our Species of the Month series, it is a monthly newsletter to promote awareness of biodiversity on campus. And how it works is that every month, the cell members will take turns to research on a species. So it could be a bird, a reptile, or an invertebrate like a butterfly. And we research on their appearance, habitat, diet, and some fun facts about the species. And this year, we decided to make Species of the Month more engaging to the student body by having polls on our Instagram story. So it is to let our followers decide which species group they would like to learn about. And from there, we'll choose a species to showcase. So this is how our Instagram page looks like. We are pretty active here because we post quite a few series, and you'll get a chance to produce and design content for our page if you join our cell. So for example, other than Species of the Month, we have special words of nature on the right here, where every 2 weeks, we highlight a word or a phrase that is related to the environmental sector. So here we have environmental impact assessment, and we'll explain what it means in our caption. And other series that we have include our urban greenery and creatures outside NUS, where we share about all sorts of plants and creatures to educate people on the richness of Singapore's biodiversity. So if you're curious about what else we have, you can visit our Instagram page. So quite a big part of the biodiversity cell is our nature walks because they are a more hands-on experience to immerse ourselves in nature. And we also get to bond through these outings, so they are pretty fun. Previously, we visited Sungai Buloh Nature Reserve and Cambridge Park, where our own cell members took lead in bringing the other SAFE members about and sharing about the plants and animals we see along the way. But don't worry if you don't have much experience as a nature guide, because we usually recce the sites beforehand and prepare an information sheet so that we can train ourselves in guiding the others. I personally didn't have much experience in guiding, but during the nature walk last year, I was paired with a more experienced and knowledgeable guide, and it was a learning opportunity for me. So not to worry, because we will definitely help each other out as a cell. And right now, we're not sure how the COVID restrictions will change, so our nature walks may not be able to cater to a lot of people, but we have an idea, which is to conduct virtual walks. Okay, previously we engaged with members of the public at the Wild and Us exhibition, where we shared about some of our native species, and it was a pretty cool experience because we got to interact with people who were all very passionate about nature. And these two photos on the right, they were the top 2 winning entries of last year's photography competition, which we called City Snapshots. If you like photography, you can look forward to our second round of City Snapshots this year. And if you would like to be a part of organizing it, please do join us. So overall, for the biodiversity cell, I would say that we're a pretty enthusiastic bunch, and I have personally learned a lot and enjoyed myself over this 1 year. It doesn't matter whether you already know a lot about our biodiversity or not. So long as you have an interest, we will definitely welcome you to learn with us. And we are open to ideas that you may have too. So if you're interested in any of the initiatives that the project cells are about to embark on, or have a green initiative that you would like to start in NUS, please do join us by scanning this QR code. Or if you have any questions, feel free to email us at nussafesg@gmail.com. So this is our Instagram page, NUSSafe. And we have come to the end of the presentation. Thank you, and we really hope to hear from you soon.